Welcome back. My name is Zezashetan and this is Minecraft. So last video we were able to create both the potato and the carrot farm. I have been watching the farm pretty carefully and I haven't noticed any carrots end up over here, so I think I'm in the good. At least I hope I am. I have been getting some pretty decent drops since I've finished recording the video. I've already done some setup for today, and today we are going to do two farms. We're going to do a melon farm, which will be a 27 by 27 farm, and then we're going to do a sugarcane farm. And both of those are going to be automated. I'm going to put them next to each other so that the etho hopper clock can control both of them, because they're both run off of a etho hopper clock. Now this farm is an Il Mango farm. He did release a newer version of this farm that is based off of observers. I kind of like this farm. It actually takes less materials, funny enough, just because all the materials for this farm are easily replenishable, where the observer version of it does require you to use quartz within the observers, so I am just going to use that. The sugarcane farm will be a Impulse SV farm. There's probably a new version of this farm too, but I kind of like this farm. It is a slime block and piston farm. Just goes off an etho hopper clock where it just knocks off the top every now and then. So those are the two farms I'm going to do today. If I have a little time in the video, depending on how long it takes me to build these, I might also build a bamboo farm. And there is a bamboo farm that I've looked at, but I'm going to have to dig up just a little bit in order to build it. But as of right now, I've already started laying out some of the base for the melon farm, which is the unloading system, which I've started to build. And then we'll start laying tracks and start putting the stuff on top of it. So I'm going to finish building and we'll be back here later. Alright, so there's a couple things I am going to do that are not in the original design. One of the things is I am going to put a cobweb down below these. If you didn't see my mob farm, whenever you drop an item through cobweb, it centers the item into the center of the block, and so then when it falls, it actually falls just in one direction, which is kind of what you want to have done when it comes to mob farms or drop farms, especially when it has water streams. Is because with this one right here, if it just falls just a little bit off to the side, it'll get stuck there and it won't move. Though these farms are automatic, you really don't want to lose drops all that much, just because a drop loss is a drop you don't have. So yeah, so just to make sure that it actually falls on the water path here. Now there is going to be multiple rails up on top. So each one of these blocks right here represents one rail line that's going to go that way. It's going to hit that block there and then come back. The etho hopper clock is going to be firing the hoppers all at once and pushing them that way, and then they're going to come back. I do not need the unloader for each rail line. So basically what I need to do is I'll have one block that goes in on that side, one block that goes in on that side, and one hopper that goes on that side, and then a hopper there, hopper there, hopper there, hopper there, hopper there, and that'll be for all three rail lines within this section right here. And this one dropper will be able to handle all three of those hoppers, and then I'll drop them and then send them off. So that's a little bit what I'm doing right now. I will be right back once I actually get some more done for you. That moment when you realize how many resources this farm actually really does take. It is 29 times 27 in rails. That is a lot of rails. I'll be back. Well, that was fun. It didn't take all my gold, but it came close to it. I still have 3 blocks, thanks to the gold farm. Yeah, it almost took all my redstone too. I still have some redstone left, thanks for the mob farm. Now I have to put dirt on top of this, and I don't remember the exact pattern of what goes on top of that. So I'm going to have to do some research on that before I go further beyond that. But I do know dirt goes on top of this, so that's what I'm going to do next. So I'll be right back. Alright, so I have the second layer of this actually filled in. Now, luckily, things have changed since this farm was actually created. It used to be where the water was. You actually had to put the trapdoor underneath the actual water, but now since it can be waterlogged, it really makes things a lot easier now. This is the pattern up here. This is where all the redstone is going to be. It's all top slabs. I'll have to just come in here and start laying down redstone. The big thing is that, of course, the redstone signal is not going to make it all the way across this, so I am going to have to put some repeaters here because repeaters, well, the redstone signal won't go all the way across this, so I'll have to figure that out. Because where there's going to be pistons, it does have to have a redstone dust above it so that the piston will fire. Once I actually figure out where all the pistons are actually going to be, that's when I'll be able to put all the redstone on there. But still working at it, getting a little bit closer to it being done. Then we'll go work on the sugarcane farm. So I am out of slime, so it looks like we're going to get an impromptu building of at least a layer of that slime farm. And so I gotta head over there, lay down the tracks and the bottom layer. So it looks like that's what we're doing. I had so many slime balls at one point, I didn't think I was going to run out of them, but I guess one farm will do that for you. We'll be right back. Well, I honestly have to admit, it's actually been a long time since I've been in here. I think I dug this out really early on. Meant to have a slime farm to make stuff, and never actually built the slime farm, so now I'm forced to be back here. That should be right on top of the bedrock, so 5.5 I think. I have to lay down some tracks and I forgot some stuff. I have to go grab some magna blocks. So I'm actually going to go run and get some magna blocks and then we'll bring it back once I've actually built something. Alright, so got the unloading system. I think this is the unloading system I used in my mob farm. Just a little bit different. It's because I can actually put it straight at the mob farm, but yeah, I mean, there is something interesting here I never really thought of. Because a water stream would not make it all the way across the 14 blocks that it is here. Ilmingo, this is one of Ilmingo's design. Started one over here, and then he has one over the other side that goes towards the middle. And this stream is only 6, and the other one is 7. So when they come together, they create that little tongue, little edge right there that you can see that, and that pushes the items this way, which comes over to here in a. And so what I think is going to happen is that the water elevator is going to be right here, so there will be an ice block here to the water elevator, which will go up. So that works out pretty nicely. Now, man, so much work just to get a couple pieces of of slime blocks. Now I can start laying the actual killing spot. So the killing spot is a 12 by 12 area. The actual bottom floor is going to be a lot larger than that, but at least the main spot just starting out is a 12 by 12. So looks like I have to start laying that out, and then we'll go from there. So I've basically got the first floor done. I've got the golem in here, who is actually pretty easy to get in there, surprisingly enough. So I'm continuing building up the walls here. I think I'm going to put an additional floor in this for right now, and then I'm going to see how my drops are from there. I still have to build a water shaft that goes up to surface. I will bring you guys back once I actually have the thing running, and then hopefully we can get a little bit of an AFK, and then we can get closer to getting the other farms done. So we'll be back here soon. So there we have it. Nearly 6 stacks of pistons. That was a lot of resources to go through, but I'm going to get a lot of drops from this, so that's fine. This is where the input's going to be. Basically how it's designed is that the hopper clock will be somewhere around this area, and when this redstone fires, it's going to send a signal up with the observers. And then on top here, I have it set up so that the repeaters are at basically the maximum length of the actual signal. I had to put this one here because of this block right here. But I have it set it up so that the lines don't connect beyond this point. So there's 3 different sections of timing. There's this first section of timing right here. All of these pistons should fire first. And then there's the second section where all of these pistons should fire. And then the third section, which is right here. I removed the block here because it was connecting the second with the third section, and I removed it here also. So this should at least get it so that I don't get double pistons beyond the first point. So this section fires, and it's not connected to that one, so it should only fire once. And then these sections will fire, and they won't fire twice because it's not connected to the second. So I still have to put in the actual pumpkins and melons, and underneath all of these pistons I need to put slabs, so that's also a part of it. And then around here I need to put some glass so that the drops don't pop off. I think I'm gonna try to finish up as much of these farms as possible. I may not worry about the glass right now, just because the fact that even if stuff falls off to the side and goes to waste in the meantime, it shouldn't be the end of all. So let me go ahead and start putting stuff in. Guess it's time to continue on. And that was a lot of seeds. I ended up using 22 more melon seeds. I did pumpkin seeds, so that should be just about the difference between the two. I'm just going to get rid of these because I really don't need them. Matter of fact, I can actually put those in there too. That will just go into the sorter. But now it's time to build the hopper clock. Alright, clock is in place. Just create some non-spawnable spaces. And I need to put, I forget if it's droppers or dispensers. One of them just makes it so that those aren't actually. So here, going into the actual pulse, I want to create just a pulse. I don't want it to actually be solid. So if we do this, I put a sand block on top of here. So from here, I'm going to put this, and this is going to be a redstone, just so because it's going to split off in 2 different directions. And there we go. Alright, so I have 27 carts. Get these all put in here. And then this farm will literally be finished, except for some glass. Okay, basically finished. Okay, that needs to be increased because of the pulse. It's not long enough to fire them. Actually, I think in my test world I had that at a 3, so we're going to put that at a 3. That is one farm down and working. So let's see, did I have any loss off to the sides? Doesn't look like it. I have to move all of these boxes because this is where the next farm is going to go. So there we go. I began to review the actual sugarcane farm that Impulse SV had actually created, and I started to notice that I had to actually have the hopper timer and at this angle because of the fact that the actual pulse that goes from the hopper timer is actually based off of the comparators here, and it is not based off of the redstone block right here, as this farm is. But it still works just the way it's supposed to. It's just that it's just positioned a little bit different. So the signal here is what actually determines on what it is. I remember the last time I made this, I had to put a repeater in here just to add a little bit of a timer on this right here, just so that it stayed active a little bit, because the last time I built this farm, it was pushing the block, but the block was staying there and it wasn't retracting, even though the piston was retracting. So I'll have to review that once I actually get it actually built. But I think it was easy, just a repeater right here, just to add an extra tick to the timing. But yeah, getting a little bit closer to this being done. This is basically most of the redstone. Just a torch tower up from here just to get it going. But I am going to build up this a little bit further, and then hopefully we'll be getting some sugarcane here soon. So yeah, it looks like I was correct on there being a timing issue, which means I need to make 2 repeaters and then go from there. So as you see, the second time it actually hits it, I'm gonna have to put a way up there. Sure. So the second time it goes off, it does bring it back, but then that's the amount of time that it just doesn't allow this to grow. So I do believe, I already had a repeater on me. Oh well, that's fine. And so I'll have to wait for one of these to go off to see if it actually gets stuck. So I think I put the repeater at the wrong location. So what I'm doing, or what I did was, so I moved the repeater, I moved this block one over, and then I put the repeater here instead. The reason why you don't want to put the repeater here is because you need this to only be powered when there's the exact number of items within that hopper for this to go off. And so once this becomes powered, this should repeat the signal. Turn off this torch, turn on that torch, should push everything out. So I guess we can wait and see. Alright, so what I had to do was change this to a 2. For some unknown reason, the 1 tick wasn't even picking up that changed. So there we have it. I did check earlier. I'm not exactly sure if this is going to be enough for me. The sugarcane wasn't exactly rolling out, but it is more than what I was getting before, so that's for sure. I think what I'm going to have to do is just play it by ear and see what I'm getting, is because I don't know. 4 hours of AFK got me 2.5 stacks of sugarcane, which did not seem a whole lot. And I don't know if it's a lighting issue. I did go in and check all the lights. That all seemed fine. Or maybe I just finished up the second stack, so maybe it's just that. Who knows? I guess I'll find out just by doing some AFK and testing. I think that's what I'm going to end with today. That is 3 farms all in one video. 1 accidental farm, and then 2 farms done on purpose. But I hope you've liked the episode. If you have liked the episode, please go ahead and leave a like down there. If you'd like to get notified for more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. There is a notification bell right next to the subscribe button. Go ahead and click that. You'll be notified when I start producing more videos. So if you have been watching, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good day. Bye.